Now, it's time for the Mike Norvell Show, presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The show is supported by the Tennessee Lottery, MLGW, Chick-fil-A, and by Mid-South Chevy Dealers.
Welcome in, everybody, to what will be a very, very entertaining program for you tonight. The Tigers, if you like points, are going to love this one. 70, the most ever against a conference foe. 711 yards racked up. Coach, that's the most yards ever produced by the University of Memphis offense. Congratulations. You talk about bouncing back. Woo! What a bounce back.
Yeah, really proud of our team, of our coaches. We talked about it, last week. We needed to show a response, and we knew we didn't play as well as we wanted to the week before, but our kids came to work, approached it with the right mentality, and, we knew we had to come out and play at a high level going back on the road, but just so very proud of how our kids performed. And,
the quarterback, Riley Ferguson, 7 touchdowns. That ties the record of Paxton Lynch for the most touchdowns in a game. Anthony Miller, 4 receptions. That combination is just so magical. Where did that chemistry come from?
They put in a ton of work, and those guys played at an extremely high level. But the thing I was most proud of with the offense is we owned the football. We didn't have a turnover in the game. Defensively, we were able to create some takeaways there in special teams, and so that really helped spark that momentum. And then when the guys went out there, they were able to connect. We were able to be balanced, run and pass, and obviously Anthony and Riley, you have a great connection, and you made some phenomenal plays.
And then on the defensive side, early a couple of busts here and there, but they got better and better as the game went on, and then that happened after you lost what we could make a case for, the best defensive player in Austin Hall, and upon further review, that was a bad review. He should not have been knocked out for targeting, but you guys did get better.
Yeah, we had a couple plays, a couple mistakes there early that allowed UConn to score some points, a big run, and then a busted coverage there in the back end. But our kids just kept playing, and we were able to create some takeaways. We really are testing the next man ready philosophy. Obviously Austin was ejected from the game for the targeting call, which when you watch that. It's just such a difficult call, and there's no intent to target to lead high, but we have to go by what was called, and provided an opportunity for Thomas Pickens to come in. A lot of guys have to step up, so we were playing with a lot of newcomers, and that miscommunication showed up a little bit, but our kids just kept playing and did some really good things.
When I look at all these newcomers, mainly freshmen that are stepping up, and now they're getting the experience, this defense is only going to get better as the year goes on, and of course the good news is Austin Hall will play against Navy. Here is what is coming up. We've got the Mid-South Chevy Dealers drive of the game with the highlights. It'll come in the very first half. And then a little bit later, Inside Access is all about juggling football, academics, and a little bit of social life. And then finally, it'll be the AutoZone road ahead next Saturday. Mark it down, 2:45. Navy is in town. We take the break. Lots to talk about on the Mike Norvell Show.
The Mike Norvell Show.
Thanks again for joining us. So it felt like fall for the very first time up in Hartford. You could see the changing in the trees with a little bit of color. Temperatures got into the 60s. It felt like a football game.
It was, and having the back-to-back road trips to the East Coast is always a challenge, and it's something that our kids, I thought they did a great job of responding to, and it was a great night for college football.
I like the all-whites, that's for sure. And there is what we're talking about, a little bit of a bust right off the bat, and this guy can fly. And 64 yards later, I think third play of the game, there's UConn with the early lead.
Yeah, definitely not the start we wanted. You can see their offense is gaining a lot of confidence in what they're doing, and we had a bust up front. We weren't able to get under, and they were able to expose it with the big run by the running back. I really liked the response from our offense. Came out very multiple. We were able to put together a drive. Our third downs was something that I was really pleased with offensively. In the first half, I think we're 8 of 12, which would extend drives. Keep the defense off the field. You're moving the ball down, and here another third down and 10, and big throw and catch with Riley Ferguson to Sean Dyke. Sean gets his first touchdown catch. Really doing a nice job for us.
So we just saw 4 different big plays that are made by the Tigers in that sequence. 4 different guys do it.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. You want to see multiple players being able to make an impact, and it's great to see Sean really coming along. here's the unfortunate play with Austin. Coming off of a block, going, aiming low to the running back, who really actually never sees the running back, and they call him for targeting, which is definitely unfortunate.
So he has to exit, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, now another lost guy. But at least it was first half. You knew he'd be eligible to play in the Navy game, and then the defense does a good job here.
Yeah, big fourth down stop there. See Thomas Pickens actually picking up the tight end, coming on the under. We get the stop. Unable to move the ball offensively there. You got backed up, had a penalty, had to give the ball back to him with good field position, and they were able to get down and get the score. So we're down 14-7, and that's one of the things about this game is, man, there were challenges. I mean, we were sitting there, we're down 14-7. Obviously another opportunity for Tony Pollard to give us a big spark, great field position after the big kickoff return. That's really been a major positive for us. And then here another third down conversion with a phenomenal catch by Anthony Miller.
My goodness, look at that.
Sticking out one hand. And,
let's watch that one again.
Yeah, pretty special. And Riley does a good job of extending the play. And Anthony, that's a huge third down conversion for us.
He caught that on the point, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how he does that.
He's got great hand strength, and you see that we were able to get the tempo going in the game. I think we had 100 snaps offensively. It was something that we really wanted to be able to do to extend drives. Throwing the ball in the perimeter, and then here in the red zone, Riley to Miller. That was a really great throw and catch. Put the ball in the perfect location, and love seeing that touchdown show up.
Oh, that back shoulder pass. Only Miller could have gotten it. Look at how he twisted. That's the first of 4, ladies and gentlemen. And back you come.
The defense comes out and gets a stop. We get the ball back and rolling, and you can see really forcing them to play the entire field. One of the things I was really pleased with was the blocking of our receivers downfield. That was, you could sit there and you could see the 15 catches that Anthony had, but you watch the plays where he doesn't have the ball in his hands. Phenomenal blocking. Kadarian Jones. A lot of guys that really showed up. And then we were spreading the ball all over to Monte Coxey with the big third down conversion, and then back to Miller for another touchdown.
You guys really did a good job of taking on that corner Wilson there and exploited it a bunch. And the Tigers were really successful. And this one, well, there's the tight end for the UConn Huskies' first touchdown this year. Now it's tied, but here comes good defense again. The freshman, his third pick this year.
Yeah, TJ's done a phenomenal job for us, and here he stepped up, did a great job getting the interception, gave us good field position on offense, and we got back and got rolling. It's 21-21, needed to put points on the board. Obviously a big catch by Joey Magnifico, and then coming back with a shot to Anthony over the top. Great throw and catch, and our guys are really starting to feel a lot of confidence, getting clicking on offense, and that was a huge score in the game.
And really, that's the one that we start to pull away. It's the Mid-South Chevy Dealers drive of the game. It was actually 4 plays, 75 yards, big plays, boom, boom, and the defense goes to work.
Yeah, huge play right there. Jannard Avery getting the ball out, and Tito there being able to scoop it up. That was monumental for us. It was 28-21. We get the quick takeaway, get the ball back, continuing to get the tempo going, and then obviously here at the end, great throw and catch with Riley to Tony Pollard. Tony's doing so many wonderful things for us offensively and in special teams, and gave us a nice lead going in there at half.
So 35-24, a little bit of breathing room, the 11 points. And as you look at the numbers, 64 yards on the ground, but look at that. 325 yards from the arm of Riley Ferguson, and there's 2 forced turnovers. That's what your defense is predicated upon.
No question. And like I said, there was a couple of mistakes there in the first half defensively that allowed touchdowns, and we had to get that cleaned up. Really get everybody calmed down. But the 2 forced turnovers was huge, and that's what we want our defense to be known as. And so I thought they came out, responded well, and had a nice lead going in. We knew we'd get the ball coming out of the second half, which was something we wanted to capitalize on.
So we got a little bit of breathing room at the break, but let me tell you, you're going to love the second half. Stick around. This is the Mike Norvell Show.
You're watching the Mike Norvell Show.
Tigers have already scored 5 touchdowns in the first half, and I What do you say? Offensively, you didn't have to make too many adjustments, did you?
Well, we had some things that showed up, some penalties. The drives that we weren't successful on were things that we really inflicted on ourselves. Defensively, just calm down, make sure we're communicating, and I thought our defense did a great job once they settled down and got our communication right and making some plays that really put us in a great position.
And they do a great job in the second half. I guess one adjustment you made was, all right, we're going to run the ball more because we're going to have to kill clock once we get a lead, and we're going to put the ball in the hands of this young man. Dorland Dorsey is finally back, not even 100% healthy, but healthy enough to get 122 yards.
Yeah, when I guess you could say the trio or a group of running backs that we have that have been able to impact. You had Darrell Henderson, who averaged over 5 yards a carry, Dorland, who averaged over 5 yards a carry. Being able to balance the run and the pass, it really helps set everything else up. And once again, you see the great block down the field by Kadarian Jones, getting the ball to Anthony on the perimeter. Really love the balance of what we're able to do. And so, here you see our running backs getting involved in the passing game with the screen to Darrell, the O-line getting down and blocking. Just really thought the offense started clicking and performing at a high level, and then getting back down here in the red zone. You see Riley going through his progression. That's something. First read taken away, second read taken away, then getting the ball to Joey in the end zone. Just really, really impressed with his performance.
So this is the first drive. Now you got a lot of breathing room. And the thing I like about that, we just saw Miller and we saw Magnifico. Both of those guys were walk-ons in your program.
Yeah, these guys have really developed, and they put, the work that they put in. Love seeing us get to the quarterback, really causing him to some distress. Ernest with the sack, and then the big fourth down where we got the stop. They threw the underneath. Tito coming up, make the one-on-one tackle, and that's a big point of really kind of killing any momentum that they had. Pop Williams, who's getting better each and every week, coming out and helping to contribute. Two big catches there on that drive, the third down conversion here, and you can just see the number of players that we have that are being able to impact is huge. Then coming back to Old Faithful there, Anthony. I thought our guys were playing with great rhythm. Had the long third down right here. Really kind of played the field position game, trying to pin them back, which really helped set up here this next big play. Another TFL. Sharif White was back, getting closer to full speed.
And how about he playing with plantar fasciitis? How painful that is to make that play. It's amazing.
Well, and that was a big stop for defense because once again it set up our offense, getting great field position, and then
how does he make that catch?
The fourth touchdown catch for Anthony. A great throw and catch. Riley gives him an opportunity. He goes up over the top and brings it home.
What makes him so good, really?
The way he works. I mean, you see that in practice each and every day. Really a guy that's growing, and not satisfied with where he's at, but where he's trying to get to.
They turned it over right after that touchdown by Miller. Dorsey gets in the act. He gets a touchdown. Now it's just a lot of fun. You're bringing in second-team offensive linemen. You move a guy that I've only seen play a guard. I haven't seen much of him. He gets to play center. You're experimenting. This is fun.
Well, it was really a great night, and getting to have David Moore, he came out and was able to play the entire fourth quarter. Really run the offense. Dorland was we wanted Dorland to get some extensive work, and that was good. You see David, utilizing his legs here. I think he had 30+ yards rushing, and then I was just so pleased with what I was seeing from our guys all over. Running game, passing game. We were able to eat up the clock. I think we had the ball for like 11 minutes there in the fourth quarter, and so and then finishing off with the big run with Dorland. Great downfield blocking. It was really a fun night.
63-24. I really do love the way your offensive line opened up holes and the way your backs are patient and use that blocking to get to the open.
Well, and that's something that Coach Silverfield's done a great job with the overall development of our guys up front. They're getting more confidence, in the run game, in the passing game. Our three backs and the job that they have to block. Like we talked about the receivers, and then I love seeing David being a real dual threat. We had a couple big runs. He was able to get the ball out on the perimeter. Nice third down conversion here. Taking the out route. Ross Burcham tight turn upfield, getting the first down.
There's another tight end you can use.
And and then down here, the fourth down, they were bringing pressure. We throw the spot out there. Rashawn Slade with his first touchdown. Pretty special special night.
David Moore's first touchdown pass, Machine Slade's first touchdown reception. People are going to say, well, why? You're trying to teach these guys the offense. That's all that was.
Yeah, we're letting the kids play the game, and every play in that had a run pass option to it, and when they brought pressure, we took what they were giving us, and so I was pleased for our guys to get that in-game experience.
So there's the numbers when you add them up. Dorsey is with that big second half, 231 on the ground, and then 480 through the air. That's 711 total yards, the most ever. The numbers on Riley: 431 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, not a pick. Miller, second time he's had 15 receptions, 224 yards, and the 4 TDs, and the good night for Dorland Dorsey and a couple of touchdowns. And now, Coach, you're 4-1. You're 1-1 in league play.
Yeah, it was a big. I thought that Friday night was one of the biggest games of our season because we had to show a response. And this is a team that has high expectations. And when you have a setback, it's all about getting your feet in the grass and continuing to work on climbing that mountain. And our kids definitely did what they needed to accomplish that one step.
I got their foot in the grass. It was deep grass too. They pushed you away. Inside Access. How do you juggle football and academics? That's next.
You're watching the Mike Norvell Show.
The life of a college football player is busy. You got to somehow juggle academics, playing, and practice, and of course, there's got to be a little social time.
We have a standard here. We expect good grades at all times, and sometimes that might have to cost you your Saturdays or some relaxation time, but you got to do what you got to do.
Everybody just do your job, responsibility. Everybody just adjust to whatever we got, with the cards that we dealt with, and whatever come our way, we deal with it the right way.
When you first get from the transition from high school to college, it's tough because I told my sister the other day that if you think about it this way, when we're not at football or in meetings, we're doing schoolwork or we're sleeping. So it's like you really don't have a break and hardly any social time.
It's tough, but as long as you're good with time management, really it's just you just have to get your work done and turn things in on time. I would say that's the main thing. You can't miss assignments. So it's tough, but I would say it's tougher than a lot of people would think it is. But it's definitely manageable if you know how to manage your time.
Our academic staff, they're great. They always looking behind us, tell us what we need to do. Because it can be hard sometimes juggling all of that. Work and practice and meetings. It can be hard just juggling that all in one day. So they definitely help us out, and it's hard to get off track if you cooperate with them.
Our guys do a phenomenal job with that balance, and we like to celebrate their academic success with the Tiger Scholar Patch, and we have over 40 guys on our team that operate over a 3.0 or are early graduates, and that's a phenomenal number.
Wow, that's almost half the team. That is saying something for sure. It's finally here. Navy's the AutoZone road ahead. What a game we're going to have Saturday. 2:45 at the Liberty Bowl. The Naval Academy is in town. They're perfect on the year. Simple game plan, right? Just stop the run.
Yeah, we got to stop the run. We got to be efficient offensively. This is a team that's coming in averaging 412 yards a game rushing.
Whoa.
So we got a great challenge in front of us, but we're excited about the opportunity. We need the Liberty Bowl to be rocking, and looking forward to a great crowd. It's going to be a wonderful atmosphere, and our kids are definitely excited about this one.
Last time they were here, it was like 53,000, maybe 55,000. I know you're all going to be there. The weather's going to be spectacular. We'll see you there. Then we'll talk about it next Sunday night. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you for watching the Mike Norvell Show, presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The show is supported by the Tennessee Lottery, MLGW, Chick-fil-A, and by Mid-South Chevy Dealers.